One of the fondest memories I would have been when we got our first real office. And we found this space that I think it had 50, 60 people capacity at a stretch. And I remember the day we moved in there, it was just a building site. And probably my fondest memory out of that whole process was going to IKEA. I bought the entire furniture for our first office in IKEA on my credit card, and pretty much over an entire weekend making this furniture up, trying to get desks ready for the Monday morning, trying to get couches put together. But by the time Monday morning came around, I remember my kids were in on the Sunday running around the place. It was just to sit back and look at the office and go, this is our gaff, and we thought we'd never fill the place, but I think within a year we already were bursting at the seams there.
For me, I think it would be when we moved into our second office. There was a lot of excitement. We had outgrown our first small service office and we were moving into a much bigger space. And I remember when we moved in, we thought, wow, when are we ever going to outgrow this space? Spoiler alert, it didn't take long. It was a real startup feel at that time, and I certainly look back at those times with great memories.
Well, it's probably when we went sailing. We had 2 gorgeous ships. We were traveling we were just not moving really. There was no wind, but we had so much fun. It was crazy.
I think the funniest memory was being part of the hackathon last year in the Dublin office. We wanted a way to spice it up, so we came up with the HackerX persona and got to create a really, really funny video. And you know, I don't think I've laughed as hard as I did then in my entire life.
Some of my fondest memories in the GSC have been actually at the services event. It was a great experience to visit the US and also to meet the field consultants that I work with every day, but you know, actually match a face to the voice. One year we were at the services event and Niall was up to give a speech to the whole crowd, and well, you could say that now he got a bit emotional and maybe even a tear in his eye, and you know, I think that was a fond memory of mine. You know, you could see how much he cared for the team, so that was a pretty fun experience.
My fondest GSC memory is it's a services event, 2013, where we had just over 60 people in one of the junior consultants' room. It was way too intense. The room could not hold the amount of people we had. It was way too much alcohol, way too much people, and I remember Ian Doyle got promoted to being a senior consultant at that time, and the only thing he could think about was, if Sandy and I come into the room, I'm not here, I'm gonna get out the window, I'm jumping out, like I cannot be here, cannot be seen here. That's probably the finest memory that I have.
I think in 2013 as well, we had a 2-year anniversary. No one really anticipated, and looking back we absolutely should have, was that we were probably the most competitive group of people you could ever get to work in a company together. So my overriding memory is of the guys at go-karting constantly warning us about knocking each other on, about, like, you know, cutting off lines for each other, about actually driving each other off the road, ramming each other when when there was someone in the way, and eventually getting to the stage where they very begrudgingly gave us prizes, but were telling us as we were walking up to the podium that we shouldn't be allowed to have these prizes, that we were never welcome here again, that we'd never to show our faces at Cart City or whatever the name of the place was again.
My scariest experience in the GSC for sure has to be my first day on my first project. I was to join a call to do sprint planning. I'd never done sprint planning before, I'd never even seen a user story before, and I was given a few user stories and I was asked to estimate them. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I just was completely lost. I made it through it in the end, but yeah, that was a scary experience for me.
not the worst, but the scariest experience with GSC would be the growth we had. It was May 2013, and in the month we have 25 people joining Guidewire, and that was pretty scary because we expanded by 50% in a month. And that was the scary thing, that we're going to lose the feel of the startup, we're going to lose the culture that we built for such a long time. So that was the scariest part.
It's really hard to think of any, but one does come to mind. It's not repeating as first place champions in the summer event at Avon Reed this year. I think we came in number 3, but just have to try harder next year.
Scariest moments was before I even started with Guidewire. I'd all been offered the job at Guidewire, and then the recruitment agent rang me up one day and said, "Now, I suggested at Guidewire that you do the code test, just so it's consistent with everyone else." And I was like, on the phone going, "Yeah, thank you, great, yeah, I'll do the code test." And at that stage, I probably hadn't written code in nearly 18 months, 2 years. I hadn't been actively writing code. So thankfully, after a few hiccups, I got the code test done and submitted, and then done within a reasonable time frame. It was enough for Sandy to pass me anyway and get the job.
So it's been a few years, so I can probably talk about this. The worst experience I've had is a very personal one. I failed my CC certification exam. So actually, not only did I fail my CC certification exam, and not by much, I think it was like in the 60s, which isn't great, but isn't awful. But I failed it on the Thursday before St. Patrick's Day when I was over in Crown Plaza studying. So we used to go over to the States to study at that stage. So I spent all of St. Paddy's weekend in a hotel room, hearing people having a great time downstairs while I was cramming for my repeat exam on the Sunday night. Like I said, it's something that I can kind of look back on and smile now, but at the time wasn't the nicest experience in the world.
I wanted to take some time out to give some kudos to the folks who've been working on upgrades for the past year. For Joyce and Alan and Stephen, thank you for the work that you do. Anna and Janavi and Sophia and Mayank, Liviu, aka Dracula, Ken Ray, David Fanjudik, Adis Rakowskis, and Daniel Rogers.
I would like to recognize Shang Chen, David Skerritt, Nino Doric for their tremendous effort in New Mexico Mutual's success.
Nadine and Tamil and Ruhua and Daniele and Gregorio and Flavio, Ephraim, Felipe.
I was lucky enough to work with Baidi and Jan on the AmFam upgrade project. Thank you both for all your hard work. I know the project wouldn't have been a success without you.
Rhett Reisman, Ben Williams, Danny Lamb, Tom Brook Jr., Daniel Cooney, and of course the very well-known playboy Mark McDermott for Scottsdale. Special thanks to Colin Bumdow. Thanks for all the work that you do. I think the world of all of you guys.
The thing that was most noticeable, really from the start, was the collaboration and versatility of the team members. I've worked with several other GSC teams on regular implementations and upgrade efforts. It would be tough to single out any one individual, since all of them really have been great to work with and provided such value to each effort. The one thing that sticks out most in terms in the teams that I've worked with is kind of their desire to do things the right way, and in most cases the level of maturity and professionalism for such a young team. Their enthusiasm is infectious, and the response from the customer has really been tremendous. The GSC services model is really our key to our future success, and frankly I can't imagine an implementation effort without them.
No matter how large we get and how many offices across the globe we have, that will continue to preserve and grow this amazing culture that has really been cultivated by everyone on the team.
I hope we can maintain the culture.
We can grow in a way that really preserves the magic we have right now.
I don't see Guidewire exist without GSC. I think GSC is a huge part of the culture of the company, and the company is like a heart of the company, and I just want this to always be a part of it.
I think, you know, what we're seeing now is that actually as we grow, we're able to maintain that culture but then give people new opportunities, which to me I think is really great, and it's a fantastic experience to be part of.
That culture is, you know, part of what we are. So I just hope that environment stays with us over the next, no matter how big we go.
Thank you very much for all your contribution to Saga Insurance UK project. We love your skills, your dedication and your hard work, so thank you very much.
And I want to thank you all for the great work you've done. Really looking forward to work together again. Keep up the great work.
I just hacked in here to tell you, enjoy the services event.
Guys, thank you for everything. Keep up the good work. Cheers.
And thanks to everyone in the GSC. You guys have such a great reputation. Keep up the hard work.
Thanks GSC. Thank you very much GSC folks.
Thank you GSC for your support.
Thank you GSC for your support. You are awesome.
Thanks GSC.
Thanks GSC. You made a great work.
Thank you.